Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Zoku to come with you with part 5 of What If Deku Had Happy Regeneration. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Waking up in the UA hospital after the USJ building attack. There was a lot of casualties, but nobody seriously injured. At least nothing that recovery girl getting healed. Luckily, with Midoriya there, the damage in this timeline was able to be far less with minimal injuries. The only one that was severely injured was Midoriya himself, overusing his hyper regeneration. But sadly, it did put a slight strain on his quirk, so he won't be able to use it properly to its full extent until a month. But hopefully with the boost more for all, recovery girl estimate it's only going to take a couple of days before he uses quirk to 100% again. But luckily everything is fine. Going back to class the next day, Aizawa informed the students that they each have a week off to prepare for the USJ. Well, not the USJ, but the hero versus villain exam. He says, wait, what is that? Well, you guys don't know? What's the creator of this video doing? Why did he put that in the video? This is a drag. The UA Sports Festival is bigger than the Olympics at this point. It's essentially how you're going to become heroes. This is your opportunity. As All Might was said, to point out I am here. This is the biggest opportunity you will ever get in your lifetime. If you don't make it now, you're most likely never going to become heroes. You might as well drop out now. Very, very well. As some kids in the classroom, and they take a week off as Midoriya began to actively showing his limit for One for All, which even Midoriya didn't know this. One for All upgraded his quirk. Every time he regenerates, his bones become actively stronger. Kind of like that old anime from 100 years back, Dragon Ball Z. Kind of like a Zenkai boost. Somewhat like a Zenkai boost. Every time he injures, his body gets physically stronger. Or like Adventure Might from that super old comic series, Invincible. As Midoriya, before he was only able to max out at 20% while his limbs completely blown off. Now, with all the injuries he had over time, his quirk just constantly being pushed to his limit. He can use about 50% with no problem, and it doesn't even strain his body anymore. 100% Seal would essentially blow off his arm, but not really. Almost like the old strain. He's almost completely matched One for All. Even All Might is impressed with the power strain of Midoriya's actual abilities. He's a far better candidate than Muriel was anyway. And even with the drawback of One for All, if you have a quirk, it's going to kill you faster. No. His regeneration quirk next that, so he's going to have a long, normal life. He's essentially going to be immortal. He might even live. Midoriya in this case is essentially Deku. He's going to live forever. As soon as he hits his prime, he's going to stop aging completely since his regeneration is that far. He's going to be able to regrow organs, regrow limbs. He's immortal and he's the perfect candidate. He can hold One for All and keep gaining in power over and over again. So there don't need to be any more users since Midoriya in this case is the perfect wielder. Essentially being immortal, he's going to be the best hero of all time, essentially. And the greatest hero of all time. As moving forward, we get to your actual sports festival with Midoriya actually giving his speech. As Midoriya points out the same thing as it can, and not really needing to go over it. Which obviously get into the first course of the UA Sports Festival. The obstacle course. Do I even have to go over this? But since Midoriya want to show off a little bit. He doesn't just want to business way. He goes up to 30% off of all, rushes out, instantly smashing into two giant robots, take it off, and the problem is, not a lot of Kasunas can see him move. The hero scans, and everybody notices he's kind of moving like All Might, almost. But as Midoriya showing off, a problem happens. These black tentacles begin to come out of his arms, and Midoriya begins to lose control, destroying everything in sight. Luckily, Cemento's able to put barriers up, and almost like, wait, what is? Excavatrix are talking to Midoriya inside of his head, telling him he have to calm down, and he can't let any of his emotions get out of check, or else he loses control of Black Will. As Midoriya calms out a bit, he sits down, but everybody's like, what the heck? What the heck is this kid Quark? As Midoriya just simply passing on, and the audience begins to cheer, as they think it was just a part of the act, of the little fancy event that UA put on, as Midoriya just can't afford to take any risks right now. He goes up to 50% of one for all. His match to just blast towards the finish line, obviously getting first place. As the audience begins to shout and cheer, as the Arnosunas begins to pop out with Bakugo coming in second and Todoroki coming in third. Just like in canon. As we get to the next round of the sports festival, which essentially is the three-man team, which team is still, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to keep it the same as it canon with Asuma, Asune, Uraraka, Midoriya, and I forgot the Blackbird name, but you guys know his name. I ain't gonna lie. Fumakage. Yeah, that's his name. We're just gonna go with that. But this time, instead of Midoriya losing, nobody can hold up to him at this point. He's essentially indestructible. Nobody's hurting him. As he's able to successfully defend off everybody, as Todoroki and Bakugo, they're both pretty smart, so they just choose not to go after Midoriya and guard their own headbands as well, which is essentially leading to the same wipeouts as we actually get to the main event of the sports festival, the actual 1v1 battles, which the first battle being Shin versus Midoriya, just like in canon. The problem that is, Midoriya is still kind of dumb, he still talks, but this is a 50% Midoriya. He is, of course, Gavashi's is easily able to break him out, as Midoriya just pushes him out of the ring. And moving on, with Aizawa keeping an eye on this Shin kid. Maybe he'll teach him at some point. But moving on, though, we get to the actual second main battle, the battle that's actually important. Midoriya versus Todoroki. Yeah, I'm sorry for everybody who thinks Todoroki will win this, but he's at this point in the series, he's not beating a 50% one for all Midoriya. Especially this version of Midoriya, who's so much more powerful than everyone at this point. It just doesn't matter. And he puts up a good fight though, but not much he can do against Midoriya at this current moment. And we get to the final battle, which is Midoriya versus Bakugo, with Ida and the other guy still signing there, but Bakugo, he puts up a little more of a fight. Since Bakugo, he's predictable to Midoriya, but he's still somewhat unpredictable, and he was able to put in a request for its Super Gauntlets, essentially just blasting at Midoriya with all he got, and keep letting off the attacks. But since Midoriya is there, even if he gets burned a little bit, which is essentially doing nothing. He's healing, and one for all is reinforcing his body with his quirk. As Midoriya just walks through, having the coldest match, and he just uses a 10% smash, punching Bakugo, sending him flying out of the ring, and he essentially wins. With Midoriya coming in first place, Bakugo in second place, and Fumakage, or whatever his name was, I keep obviously forgetting, coming in third. Wish the Hero Killer still her sane. But even though doing the Midoriya is still going to be training with Gran Torino at this time All Might as well, and they're going to be teaching him how to use Black Whip or all of his quirks properly that he's going to be unlocking. Which the conversation he had with the veterans of One for All happened a little bit earlier. The usual, just including the Sugar Rocky part, because nobody, of course, knows yet. But getting to get with the matter of a hero killer, since Midoriya isn't there. Well, he's there. He still ends up going there. I'm sure I'm just speeding along, but Midoriya is just horribly powerful at this point. He just is not needed anymore. And Midoriya, he still have a slight problem with his abilities still being essentially way too overpowered. And he's still able to freeze Midoriya for just a bit. And when he does that, eats Midoriya blood. All of his injuries he's ever gotten, even his limbs that was horribly scarred, his nose even ended up growing back. And he's like, oh, it looks like I owe you a favor, kid. I thought I'd never have my nose again. And don't worry, guys. Saying doesn't get one for all, but he does get a full body makeover, and he gets good looks back, and he completely healed. As Midoriya was like, "Oh shoot, I could do that." I mean, I should have done that with All Might, but as soon as Midoriya breaks out of the binding thing, he breaks out, and he one top saying he still get reprimanded by the cops. But that's how I'm going to end this part off right here. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace out.